class of 2015. My life plan and goals. One of my main goals are to finish culinary at LA Mission College, and then open up a food truck. Eventually, opening up a restaurant, which is like a Lebanese, like with an American twist. To do these things, I would have to stay passionate about cooking. I would have to finish all my schooling in professional baking and culinary, and pretty much just have fun while doing it so I can stay positive. My housing, I kind of grouped them all together. It was to live with my family in our own home, and to be happy with just what we could afford. Someday I would like to add another member to my family when I'm more financially stable. And leadership is to continue being a good role model for my daughter Zuri. I want to be the man that I would want her to date. So, and that would be, I would just have to stay consistent, practice good ethics, be well-rounded, and never narrow-minded. Some of the personal leadership skills and knowledge. Creates and uses an email account. I can take useful note in classes, meetings, and on the job. I do that in my work that I'm working at right now by making grocery lists and prep lists, making sure that I have all the recipes down that I have to have, taking notes for my class. I can describe on how one's actions affect others. My actions affect everyone around me because it's kind of like a ripple effect. If I show up to work or to anything that happens in my life with a negative attitude, chances are that other people around me are also going to act in a negative way. My top 5 personal values are happiness, open-mindedness, risk, compassion, and creativity. For risk, I feel like that's a good personal value for myself because I'm constantly taking risks. Before I started Youth Build, I didn't really take risks. I kind of just sheltered myself. I wasn't in a really good spot in my life. And I took the risk to actually come back to school. I would have never come back to school. And it ended up paying off. I wouldn't be at LA Mission if I didn't come back to school. I wouldn't be as well-rounded as I am now, not just physically. Creativity, I have to be creative in everything that I do, whether it be the way that I raise my daughter, the way that I teach her things, the way that I plate dishes when I'm at work. Some of the accomplishments that I have done throughout my Youth Build experience is one, becoming and staying true to being a father to Zuri, finishing high school at age 25, earning a $4,000 scholarship, starting culinary at LA Mission College, continuing my fight against addiction every day. I can truly say that I'm a happy person because of these accomplishments. I found a job that I can excel in that makes me happy, and I was voted YPC at Youth Build. Here's to prove that I can use my email. Here's my resume. It has just 3 jobs on here, a lot of highlights, couple class assignments. I don't know, would you like me to read one of them?
No.
No? Letters of recommendation from Miss Wang and Mr. Schufelt. I also have one from Miss M, but I did not print that out. And then here are a list of all of my awards that I have in here, which is a lot. So, any questions you guys have for me?
Yeah, so you did a lot while you were here in Youth Build, and of the different like events or activities that we did here, what would you say was one where it really like you stepped up in leadership, or it really took you to a different level in your leadership?
I feel maybe not one of the activities, but when most of the students were feeling down, maybe about just little things about maybe how they were treated or how their environment kind of flipped with teachers leaving and teachers being here. Nobody really had everybody had a voice, but they don't know how to voice it. So I felt like it was in their best interest for somebody to stand up and kind of just voice everyone's opinion together so it could be heard. And so I decided to do that, and I feel like it kind of opened up doors to a lot of the other students that were here, and maybe they got more comfortable with just building up their own character.
Okay, wonderful. So when you came to Youth Build at the beginning, we opened up our Youth Policy Council, right?
Yeah.
And so why did you decide to?
That
was more responsibility, right? And you already had a family to worry about, right? You had the goal of I've got to graduate by this year, and then you're like, I'm gonna throw more on my plate.
Well, to tell you the truth, I wasn't really good speaking in front of people, and I didn't really want to be a part of Youth Policy Council at first. I did it to see if I could run, if I can actually stick with something. Say that I'm going to do it, stick with it, run, write a speech to talk in front of people, and to just challenge myself to just say I actually said I was going to do something. I did it. I followed through with it, and that paid off more than anything.
Awesome. So, with your career goals, what would you say, or what traits do you have that will make you great at it?
I'm super social, so I'm good. I talk to everybody. I'm good at networking and stuff like that, and career-wise, I can say that I'm really good at what I do. I'm good at cooking, and I'm super passionate about it. And I feel like that passion will just take me to more jobs, a lot more jobs, and hopefully a career.
Perfect. Does anybody have other questions?
What are some of the compliments you get at work?
The compliments that I get at work, not only from just customers, but from employees and my boss also. So I'm very quick at the way that I do things. I can't multitask outside of work, but while I'm in my work environment, I am like an octopus, so I multitask. And so I get compliments for that. And I stay true to what's supposed to be going on in the job, instead of chatting about or gossiping about things. I'm there to do one thing and one thing only, and that's to get stuff done. I'm very professional with my work.
Congratulations.
What would you say, or was maybe one of the biggest challenges that you faced during this last high school element here at Youth Build?
Just the last end of Youth Build?
Or no, just your time in Youth Build.
One of the biggest challenges was to open myself up to everybody else around me that I didn't know, and I didn't do it for selfish reasons. I opened myself up and kind of told everybody about how my life isn't so different than theirs, and they could still do it. That was pretty hard for me because I never spoke about any of that before I came here, and that was one of them. And anxiety. Right now, I can tell you I'm free from anxiety. I haven't had an anxiety break for a long time, and Youth Build helped me out with that. So, yeah.
Did you have a question, Lisa?
Does anyone else have a question?
Yeah, I do. So of all those awards that you have in the back of your portfolio, I don't know what they are, which one do you feel you're most proud of, and why?
I am, well, of course, the Outstanding Parent Awards, but more, I want to say the leadership award, because I was never a person to be like a leader. I was always that person to follow somebody else. Like if I saw someone else doing something, it kind of made it okay for me, so I felt comfortable doing that. And from being at Youth Build, I just like, it just taught me that I don't have to like be a part of a group to make something happen, you know. People obviously see the things that I accomplish and they do follow. So that makes me feel good about myself.
Yeah, they follow because they trust your leadership, and that's beautiful. I just want to really commend you as a parent, you know, that you just pushed forward and persevered, right? And it is a challenge to manage both. I mean, parent, that's a full-time, it's more than a full-time job, right? And then the pressures of being in school, and sometimes what we've experienced in Youth Build is that the older the students are, it's like, oh my gosh, like I'm how old and I'm here, and I think you've even voiced that here, but you just worked it out, dealt with it, and just kept putting one foot in front of the other.
Got it done.
And yeah, and you know, in Youth Build, our definition of leadership is taking responsibility for ourselves, our family, and our community. And I see that you've done that on all those levels. You've taken responsibility for yourself, gotten back into school, taking responsibility for your family. You are a present father. You are present in your baby's life, and you make decisions based on how it will affect her and your fiance/girlfriend, right? And also for your community. And you did that in, you know, your service to Youth Policy Council, and you gave up of your own time and knew that meant more homework for you to be able to sit in that room and help, you know, advocate for other youth in the program, sit and be a part of like policy change, everything, you know, and you did that very selflessly. And I really want to commend you for that. I'm so proud of you and where you're at, and that, you know, in a few days, right, they're gonna play that song and you're gonna walk down the aisle, right, with your cap and gown.
Yeah.
And
Thank
you
you.
definitely deserve that honor, and I want to thank you.
Thank you.
So,
Bravo.
yeah.
Question. Okay.
Yeah, so thank you.
Thank
Excellent presentation. We'll hold on to that so we can kind of
you.
review and look and admire.
I don't want to give it up.
You what?
I said I worked so hard on
You'll
this
get it back,
thing.
no?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you'll get it out. But if not, probably on graduation day, you'll get it back.
Okay. All right.
And so I'm excited about what's next. You know,
I know. That's,
your leadership continues until the day we die, right? We're going to continuously grow our who we are as people.
yeah.
So,
All right.
thank you.
All right.
Oh.
I'm gonna head out.